What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we have ourselves one of those fun rumor rebuilds. As we all know, there is a very high likelihood that Ja Morant could be out of Memphis by the trade deadline this season. And apparently a team that has kicked the tires on the idea of that is the Minnesota Timberwolves. So let's go ahead and jump in and do a Ja Morant Minnesota Timberwolves rebuild in NBA 2K26. So I'm not 100% sure what Ja Morant's trade value is truly going to be. I feel like it's going to be a lot lower than we all expect just based off some things. But the question is, what do the Timberwolves offer to make it happen? This is not perfect by any means, but I imagine 100% that Rob Dillingham would probably be in the trade if this were to happen. And then maybe throw Terrence Shannon and whatever picks the Timberwolves can trade away. Now, the one question is the salary filler. Who gets thrown in here? Is it Rudy Gobert or is it Julius Randle? Or is it even McDaniels potentially as well? Which I think that, or you could even do Naz Reid. So like, which one of those four guys? I don't think two of them go in there, but if one of them went in there, obviously you're not trading Anthony Edwards. So who would it be? That is a good question. To me, I think it could be Gobert, because it's not like the Grizzlies are like, I know they have Zach Edey, but maybe they'd be okay with having a vet like Gobert come in. You could have Randall, but then you have Jaren Jackson already at the 4, so that's kind of weird. I guess you could play them together in theory, but I don't know. I'm not sure I love that. So while it's not perfect, I'm not saying this is exactly what should happen. I'm going to make it Rudy Gobert. I could see it being Julius Randle instead, but I'm going to go Rudy Gobert in this trade. So this is the trade we're going to do. Definitely has its flaws, and I could understand if this is not enough or if it's too little, I don't know. We all have our own opinions, right? So we're going to make this be the trade for today's video as a fun little video with Ja Morant and Anthony Edwards in the backcourt together. So I've similar to the trade deadline. The Grizzlies, of course, are 40-12 on the season. So I'd imagine if they're 40-12 that they may not even look at the idea of doing this trade. But like I said, for the video today, we are doing it. So the Timberwolves point guard situation isn't the best by any means. We bring in Ja Morant now, and now you have a very dynamic backcourt with McDaniels, Randall, Naz Reid, DiVincenzo, Conley, Clark, and Cam. Your bench definitely takes a hit a little bit, but we can, address that as we go into this video. I'm going to move DiVincenzo to shooting guard. But okay, let's go ahead, similar to the rest of the end of year one with Ja Morant and Anthony Edwards teamed up in Minnesota. And let's see if that helps or hurts this Timberwolves team according to the 2K. And so far, it's not been great, I will say. So at the end of year one, Jokic wins MVP. Flag is your rookie of the year. Malik Monk is your sixth man. Wimby is your DPOY. Anemius is your most improved. James Harden's your clutch player. And Chris Finch, coach of the year. So an executive also goes to us. We went 56-26, so not too bad. Could have been better. And I feel like it probably would have been better if Morant wasn't traded here. But it's a video for today. Edwards makes an All-NBA second team. Here's your all-defensive first team and all-defensive second. All-rookie first, as we do get, or I guess we're not the Grizzlies today. What am I talking about? But Cedric Howard for the Grizzlies makes it on there. So we end up as the first seed. Memphis does not end up in the playoff mix, but here were your player stats. So Randall is out, which is not good, but we had 30 from Edwards, 25 from Randall, and 23 from Ja Morant to go with 7 assists. 16 and 8 from Naz Reid, 12 from DiVincenzo, and 8 from McDaniels. Okay, well, I will say our bench is pretty brutal because of the, or I guess Randall being out is not helping obviously either. But Leonard Miller, I guess, is stepping up at the 4 right now, which is kind of an interesting throw in there. But all right, let's go ahead and see if we can't find a way to still advance despite some of the issues we may have right now. So game 1 is going to go to us. Game 2 is going to go to the Clippers, which the Clippers are a sneaky team in this simulation year 1, and we just did a Clippers realistic rebuild. Now Randall is back, so that's big time. We definitely needed that. We do win game 5 and we do win game 6. We beat the Clippers, and now we get to play the Golden State Warriors. So the Warriors have Steph, Podziemski, Jimmy, Jonathan Kuminga, Draymond, Moses Moody, and Al Horford. So game 1 is going to go to us. Game 2 is also going to go to us. And can we go up 3-1? No, it's a tied series with the Golden State Warriors. So let's see if we can't come out here and beat the Warriors and take the 3-2 lead here, because we definitely need it. And it is going to be a close game, but it looks like we will hang on. 112-120. Do we win game 6? Yes, we do. We're in the conference finals. So year 1 of Ja Morant Edwards so far is working out very well. I still think there's a bench that could, we need to address to make it even better. But now we get to play the defending champs, the Oklahoma City Thunder. You got SGA, Casey Wallace, J-Dub, Chet, and Isaiah Hardenstein. So game 1, we're up 1-0. Game 2, 2-0. Game 3, 3-0. And we will beat them in 5, maybe? Yes, we're in the finals. Let's go. And now we get to play the New York Knicks. So Edwards and former, obviously, Timberwolf Cat. These two teams made a trade together like before the season started last year. So it's kind of an interesting matchup to have here, I will say. We have John Morant now, so let's see. I mean, we're fully healthy right now, it seems like. I mean, it's DiVincenzo, I guess, dealing with something. But, all right, game 1 is going to go to New York. Game 2 is also going to go to them. Uh-oh, we may have drew trouble here. But we do win game 4. We got to win 4 in a row in order to get back in the series, though. Or just even 3 in a row just to even tie it, which that's a tough task against a Knicks team like this. But we may... Okay, we do win game 5. So we've won game 4 and we've won game 5. Can we win game 6 as well and force a game 7 despite the big hole we found ourselves in? They have the lead right now, but we're right behind them, tailing them. Can we force a game 7? We cannot. 89-96, we lose in 6 games in the NBA Finals to the New York Knicks. So that kind of sucks. Got Mike Conley retiring, which, yeah, I could definitely see that being a possibility. To the lottery we go, even though I'm pretty sure we are not going to be holding a first-round pick this offseason. So we got our pick going to the Cleveland Cavaliers. So, yeah, we don't have a pick. And, again, draft picks are kind of wonky right now. But that's where it's at. So, staff signing, we got... Chris Finch is still going to be the coach, and I'm not looking to change that right now. So we're going to head straight to draft night. I don't know if I saw any picks I like glaringly need to change. Like the fact that Nets made the playoffs is kind of crazy. I'm not going to lie. Hawks v Milwaukee, Bucks v New Orleans, I think is, well, Bucks should not have their pick, right? No, I don't think they should, but that's kind of interesting that they do. I'm just going to ignore it today for this fun video, I guess. So let's just go to player options and let's see what we got since we don't have any draft picks. So Vince Williams and Leonard Miller. I'm going to accept both of them and then qualifying offers, Jalen Clark. I'm going to look to bring back because, you know, we kind of need as many. LeBron is going to keep playing. Interesting. Okay. And we have no bird rights on anyone. So we do have money to sign a decent player. So what do we need to add to make our bench better? So Cam Spencer is not someone I can truly trust to be our backup point guard next year. We got DiVincenzo, Vince Williams, Richmond, and Ian Jackson. We got Jay McDaniels, Julius Randle, Leonard Miller. Yeah, I mean, we pretty much need everything other than maybe DiVincenzo being a bench shooting guard. But other than that, I don't feel comfortable with anything we have right now. Maybe Behringer develops a little bit. That would be huge, but can't really count on that yet. So I do think my first move is going to be giving Robert Williams III a contract. I mean, we need a backup center, and to me, this is just kind of a no-brainer. We got to get something here, so I'm happy with that. And then outside of that, you're not really going to be seeing anything too crazy. So we have Dinwiddie, you got Colin Gillespie, who you know, played fairly well last year. I guess we could bring him in as a backup point guard option, and then Clark is probably somebody we'll just kind of hope comes back as well. I think the other the other addition comes through a trade. So I'm looking at Vince Williams, and I'm looking at maybe, I don't know, some of these 2 guys we got in the second round, I think, and maybe some pops up, but we're probably stuck with what we got and hope guys can just develop. So I think that's what we're going to do, realistically speaking. So, and I will give Kenrich Williams also a contract, but other than that, I think that's going to be basically all we do, and then Clark should come back in his qualifying offer, I believe. So let's see. Ooh, Keon Ellis is always someone I love getting, but it's probably better I don't get him today. I'll always get him. So we got Anthony Edwards, John Morant, Julius Randle, McDaniels, Naz Reid. So you have Naz Reid regressing and Randle starting to regress, but DiVincenzo, Rob Will up, which is good. Spencer is up, and then Behringer did jump up a little bit, which is nice. And then Leonard Miller also up to a 73. So the bench is not fantastic by any means, but is serviceable, and our starting 5 is pretty good for the most part. Naz Reid regressing isn't the best. I don't know if Naz Reid's a full-time center. I definitely think he could be, but him regressing does not help with that. And we do need to waive 2 guys, so I guess it's just going to have to be these 2 guys at the very bottom. All right, let's get into the rotation for year 2. Well, Power Rank does have us 3rd, which is a good sign. Our proficiency remains at a 4.5, so that's also a good sign. And here is the rotation. So running 10 deep, we got John Morant, Edwards as the backcourt, of course. McDaniels, Randle, Naz Reid, DiVincenzo, Rob Will, Colin, Clark, and Cam Spencer. I mean, yeah, honestly, I might just run 9-man rotation instead, low-key. And then we got Gillespie. Can we move Clark? What position he's listed at right now? Is he a power forward or a small forward? He's listed as small forward already. So I'm about to say I might consider moving him to small forward, but he's already there. So that's what we'll have to roll with. If there is a trade to be made at the trade deadline, of course, I will show you guys. I will do anything to upgrade this bench if I can, but we'll have to see if that's even a possibility. But so far, the team is playing extremely well, which is obviously what you want to see. So hopefully we can keep that pace up. At the end of season 2, no trade deadline move for us, but Wemby does win MVP. Peterson's your rookie of the year in Atlanta. Murray is your 6th man. Wemby is your DPOY, and Rita is your most approved. Devin Booker is your clutch player, and Kidd is your coach of the year. And Reggie Simpson is your executive, and Wemby is your cup MVP. And yeah, of course, we saw he won MVP as well. So Wemby dominated as usual. So here's your All-NBA first team. All-NBA second. We do get Edwards on here, and I was kind of wondering if we'd get Morant on here ever, but I think Randall would probably have to be gone in order for that to be the case. But here's our all-rookie teams, even though we didn't really have any rookies playing. We do finish up as the first team in the West again, and we finish up at 62-20. So, again, another really good regular season. We got all the way to the finals last year. So, yeah, and look at that. Our main, core, actually, yeah, basically, our whole starting 5 basically played all 82 games, other than John Morant missed 2 games, and Naz Reid missed 1 game. So, yeah, I think health definitely helped out a ton in this scenario. But we are going to go ahead, even though, yeah, I think I was about to say we're already running out of rotation. So, in these playoffs, let's see what happens. So, we get to play the Houston Rockets in round 1. KD is indeed still there. So, you got Amin Thompson, of course, Jabari Shingun. So, game 1 is going to go to us. Game 2 is also going to go to us. And game 3 goes to us as well. And Anthony Edwards is going to continue to own KD. So, that's good. And then one thing to mention as well, because John Morant's not the best floor spacer, 3-point percentage, I have to imagine it's probably pretty good because I already passed it. So, yeah, so we got Williams, Spencer. Those guys obviously don't play much, but Edwards shooting 45%, 42 from McDaniels, 40 from Colin off the bench, and then 38 from DiVincenzo, 37 from Randall, and 34 from Naz Reid. So not bad. Spacing is actually pretty decent. Oklahoma City Thunder or Portland. It will be the Thunder, who we did beat last year. So let's see if we can maybe do that again. They got Isaiah Joe, Caruso, Topic off the bench. So they haven't changed a whole lot. But, of course, one thing that could change here is that Dallas is now in the mix. And speaking of Dallas, fired Nico Harrison. Who would have guessed that was going to eventually happen? Just still baffling to this day that that move ever happened, man. Luka Doncic is a Laker. What is life? It still doesn't make any sense. Okay. Oh, boy. Okay. The injuries are catching up to us. That's not good. So we are going to be in a lot of trouble here. Now, thankfully, our best player, Anthony Edwards, is still playing. But the bad news is we are playing the freaking Dallas Mavericks, who always seem to just dominate the 2K sim. So I'm not feeling pretty confident about this one with the injuries we are dealing with at the moment. I mean, our depth is just shot. So Edwards is going to have to absolutely carry in order for us to make it past the Mavericks here. We're keeping it somewhat close in game 1, but probably not going to be enough. Edwards has 26, Naz Reid is 26, but yeah, again, not having John Morant or Randall is back, so that's big. We at least get him. John Morant's still probably not going to be back for a while, so that's not good. But we'll keep it going. At least we get Randall back for this game 2, very important game 2, because obviously the Mavericks, they're tough, man. So if we can get all hands on deck, that's what we need. And we will win game 2. Barely, but we do get a win. Randall wasn't, Edwards dropped his 43, which was probably well needed. And Morant's still not back. But if we can somehow survive with Morant getting here, and I don't know. We'll see if we can survive it, though. We're going on the road now in Dallas, so it's going to be a little bit tougher. But thankfully for us, Edwards is kind of an OP player. But Mavericks, of course, have Cooper Flagg, who is just so OP. And we do win game 3 despite the injuries we're dealing with right now. So, oh no, Edwards is now hurt too. Pinched nerve in the back. The season injury for him to deal with, but he's going to be playing through it. So, yeah, injury bug. I said we stayed healthy in regular season, and now it's starting to hurt us. So, we got a game 3 victory, which was nice, but now we got to try to win game 4. And it is a close game, as we've had to lead most of it, but they could take it at any moment. And no, we take game 4 as well. Edwards, despite the injury, 31 points. Okay. Morant is back now too. Oh boy, this could work out. Now Morant, I guess, isn't going to be able to play just yet, but wait. No, there he is. There we got him. All right, now it's time for game 5 with Morant back in rotation. Our whole big 3 is hurt, basically. I think Randall might be healthy now, but let's see if we can't win game. We just got to win one more game, right? That's something we can do, I would hope, but it is the Mavericks, so, wouldn't shock me at all if they came down from 3-1 and just beat us, but we're on the road in Dallas now. Got to hopefully win this one and avoid a game 7 at all costs. We have a nice lead right now, but the Mavericks are going to try to take it at the very end. What do? They do exactly that. So, game 7, despite the fact that we had a 3-1 lead, And we all know how this ends, right? Don't we? I went 8-man rotation. We're going to start off with the lead here the whole game, and then the Mavericks are going to break our hearts at the end, aren't they? No, we are going to win game 7. So, game 7 is ours. 47. Oh, Morant's hurt again. Ah, boy. We get to play the Pistons, though. Okay. So, Morant is out with or he's day-to-day. He's not going to play game 1, at least, it seems like. Maybe he doesn't play game 2 either. But, man, the injuries are just killing us. But Detroit, let's see what they look like. So, you got Cade, you got Asar, John Collins, Duran, Ron Holland, Isaiah Stewart. Game 1 does go to Detroit. Game 2 goes to Detroit. So, we go down 2-0 early on. And Morant's not back either. So, this will be the second time in a row that we make it to the finals, maybe just to lose. And that is exactly what's happening right now. Morant is healthy. So, we get him back at least. So, we could try to come back from 3-1. But this could be twice now that we're in the finals just to lose to the Eastern Conference opponent. But we are showing a lot of dominance in this one. So, maybe, just maybe, if we get healthy enough, we could come back and win. So, Edwards, unfortunately, I think is going to be playing through that injury the whole entire time. But he keeps getting better and better. But can we win game 6 to force a game 7? It is looking like it could happen. But the Pistons are right on our tail. Please hold on to the lead here. And no, we're going to lose in the finals for a second time in a row. Brutal, brutal, brutal all around. So, injuries absolutely decimated us. But the good news is we can upgrade the bench even more this offseason, hopefully. I do think Chris Finch probably deserves an extension based off the fact that we've been into the finals twice, but just can't get over the hump there when we're there, which is really, really unfortunate. Draft night, I can't imagine we have any draft picks to speak on, but we do have the 24th pick in the second round, which to me doesn't really help us right now. But I will go ahead and decline Nicholas Carl. Randall, he's a player option, and I'm going to accept Ian Jackson. But Randall is someone to keep an eye on as far as maybe, honestly, I wouldn't be opposed to, well, maybe I shouldn't break things up. I don't know. Like, I could trade Randall, like sign and trade him right now and try to go in a different direction there and upgrade our center position because I know Naz Reid's probably going to continue to regress. I like Naz Reid, and I know Minnesota fans do too. So if I can keep him, I'd like to. But yeah, I don't think there's a path where we just let Randall walk for absolutely nothing. I think that'd be kind of stupid. So we are just going to go ahead and give him a contract no matter what the issue is here. So we'll give him a deal. Leonard Miller, I mean, I don't know how much, progression he has in him, but I'll go ahead and give him a contract offer too. And we do have money to sign like a decent player in free agency, so we'll definitely take advantage of that. DiVincenzo I extended, so we just kind of need anything. I think center we're fine, other than I might trade for a starter if I can. But Nick Smith Jr., I kind of like that idea. Yeah, I think I'm going to bring in Nick Smith, another guy off the bench that can score for us. I like that idea. So Nick Smith come in. And then, yeah, everything else is going to come through trades if we do anything at all. So, Nick Smith, great addition. But now it is time to see if, do we trade Randall? I mean, there's a lot of different things we could do. But I definitely want to try something here. I'm going to see if I can get my hands on Walker Kessler, who is a former draft pick of the Timberwolves. And obviously, he was in the Gobert trade, if I'm not mistaken. I never played a game in Minnesota, but I believe they drafted him and then traded him before he even, played, like I said. But I don't even know if I'm able to match his salary. So we're going to at least try that. So I'm going to go Robert Williams, of course, start things off here. Behringer, I'm going to throw in here as well, even though I could hope that his development finally gets there eventually. But at this point, I'm not really willing to wait. And then we got Cam Spencer and Ian Jackson. Does that get us there? It does. So Robert Williams, Joe Behringer, Spencer, Ian Jackson, and then another first at the Jazz. Would they do this for Walker Kessler to give us an upgrade at that 5? And they do agree. So we get Walker Kessler, like I said, former draft pick of Minnesota anyway, so we're simply just getting him back. We hurt our depth maybe a tad bit, but I think that was worth the risk, and we still have free agency in front of us to maybe address some things that could, bolster what we need. So I'm going to get Derek Jones because if we get him, we can slide him over to the 3, and he might jump up an overall. And then we can go Josh Minot, which I don't hate. Former Timberwolf anyway, I believe. And then anything else? I like Kispert as well, so I'm going to bring him in. Just kidding, goes to Phoenix. And what else do we got? Bol, Prosper. Another guy that I think I can move over to the 3. No, just kidding. The Suns are just stealing what I'm going after. That might be it. I'll go Barnes as a veteran, I guess, and that'll be it. All right, progression. We do have, again, regression. Well, Randall didn't go down this time, which is good. Edwards goes down 1. Naz Reid does go down, which is why I was kind of hoping to move him back to the bench, which we're doing that in this scenario. Josh Minot is up and Leonard Miller is up. Derek Jones Jr. is hurt for some reason, and Harrison Barnes, of course, is down quite a bit. But all right, we're going to year 3 with a lot of positive optimism, I would say. We are so close. We've gotten to the finals twice, lost both times. If we could just get to the finals and win, then, you know, that's what, I don't know why I just said, like, explain. That's obviously the point of the video, but you get the point. Make it happen, man. So we do go down in proficiency with Naz Reid hitting the bench, but I like the team. So 10-man rotation of John Morant, Edwards, McDaniels, Randall, Kessler, Naz Reid, Nick Smith, DiVincenzo, Derek Jones Jr., and Josh Minot. So not bad, and here is some of your reserves if we need them to come in and play. So we'll see how it goes. I'm expecting, of course, another good regular season. The Western Conference could, in theory, catch up to us, so there's a chance we don't get all the way to the finals. That's been something we've been able to do twice, but, you know, we'll see if we can do it again. So I will see you guys at the end of this one. We're off to a hot start. Injury bug, of course, needs to be permitted in the playoffs. I'll even take some injuries in the regular season rather than the postseason, but let's see if we can get back to where we belong. Well, Anthony Edwards gives himself an MVP trophy at the end of this one, which is great. Stokes is your Rookie of the Year. Mikael Brown is your 6th man. Wemby is your D point, and Kareem Lopez is your Most Improved. Sengun's your Clutch Player, and Chris Finch is Coach of the Year. As you guys can see, a really good regular season. But again, I would trade that for a championship here. Trae Young is your Cup MVP. So Edwards, day-to-day, thankfully he should be back. But yeah, he obviously won MVP, so All-NBA first team for him. And we do get John Morant finally on All-NBA third team. So that's great to see. I love that. And here's all offensive first team and all defensive second team. Here is our rookie team. So we end up as the first seed, which is what we kind of expected. Here were your player stats. So you do have a couple of injuries here. But again, relatively healthy regular season. As you can see, a lot of these guys played all 82, which is good. Other than Morant played 71. But yeah, 28 from Anthony Edwards, 25 from John Morant, 22 from Randall, 12 from Naz Reid, 10 from Nick Smith, 9 from DiVincenzo, and 7 from McDaniels, and 7 from Kessler. Thankfully, by the play-in, these two should be healthy. Just got to stay upright and get all the way. Dallas is clearly on the other side of the bracket. They're the team that always terrifies me, of course, as usual. So we're going to go 9-man rotation here to start things off, and let's see if we can't get out of the first round. So Luka Doncic and the Lakers, as I mentioned, they added Kevin Durant as well. Nico Harrison being fired is just, you know, not shocking at all. Just, again, just absolute malpractice that trade ever got approved or went through. Game 1 goes to us. Game 2 goes to us. So far, so good. Luka Doncic and the Lakers, it's not enough, I don't think, unless they come back. No, we beat them in 5. Okay, Dallas takes care of the Clippers pretty easily. Now we get to play the Oklahoma City Thunder, who we've already beaten twice. They have Nate Ament, though. Not that I didn't get to see that. Other than that, though, I mean, they kind of like depleted a little bit. Again, injuries are hitting us. Edwards is hurt with a strained right MCL, but he is going to play through it apparently. Game 1 goes to us. Game 2 goes to us. Game 3 goes to us. So despite the injury, maybe Dallas San Antonio goes to 7 and Edwards can get healthier. Oh my gosh, bro. What is... just brutal. Injuries just keep killing us. John Morant is going to be out for the entire playoffs. He was shooting 51% from 3, and Edwards, you know, of course, is dealing with stuff, but and Naz Reid day to day. I better see some freaking injuries on the Dallas or San Antonio side of things. Go to 7, please. And it is going to 7, as I wish, but it's San Antonio instead of Dallas. Okay. Well, Nick Smith steps into the starting point guard spot, which I don't hate. I think Nick Smith could give us some serviceable minutes as far as offensively is concerned. San Antonio is not going to be easy, of course. No surprise there. But, man, it sucks we're not going to have Morant here because he's the theme of the video, but whatever. So, here's the Spurs. Not going to be easy. They look healthy. They're healthier than ever. So, game 1 goes to us, though. As long as we have Edwards, I feel like we should be okay. Like I said, the man is kind of OP. He's getting healthier too, which is good. And we're up 2-1. Don't want him to tie it up. Nope, 3-1 goes to us. Brooklyn might be the matchup unless we blow this, which, you know, I'd hate to see that, but we're on the road in San Antonio. We have a really comfortable lead here, so I think we may have taken advantage and won this. So, yeah, we are going to win Game 6. Now we get to play Brooklyn. So, third time we've been... Oh, Jokic is in Brooklyn. That's why. Third time we've been in the finals. Will we lose for a third time? Edwards is fully healthy now, which is good, too, because we definitely need that right now. So, Brooklyn. We got Yagor Dimon, Cameron Thomas, Terrence Mann, JRE, Nikola Jokic, Noah Traore, Jaden Hardy, Jacoby Walter, and Nicholas Claxton. I mean, looking at this team, you would think we should be able to beat them. You would think we should. I would say that. But Brooklyn, they're always sneaky weird, man. I'll say that. Game 1, though, does go to us. Game 2 goes to them. Game 3 goes to Brooklyn. Okay. All right, I get it. Ja Morant, I need you back. Oh, my gosh. No way we're going to go down 3-1 to this Brooklyn team, bro. I know Jokic is dominant and all that, but, bro, come on. I feel like we are so much better than them on paper. And we are going to lose for a 3rd time in the NBA Finals to an Eastern Conference team. We have done everything right in the playoffs other than beat the team in the freaking finals in front of us. We cannot seem to do that. Morant getting hurt hasn't helped. Julius Randle got hurt as well. Injuries have killed us in the playoffs. This was the team to do it, though. I full-heartedly believe that this was the team to get it done. And unfortunately, that did not work. But I'm going to give it another chance here and hope that injuries do not derail us again. But we'll see, man. So let's get into another offseason. Again, our pick is headed elsewhere, which is not shocking. Chris Finch, I mean, he continues to get us, like I said, to the finals. So I have no issues with him sticking around. All right, draft night, or player options, I should say. Qualifying offers. Thero, I mean, I wouldn't mind bringing him back potentially. Morant is a free agent, which, yeah, I mean, we're going to bring him back for sure. So we'll go ahead and give that extension away. No hesitation there. Okay. Anything else we can bring in to help our roster? Claxton's here, but I think we're good at backup 5 with Naz Reid, right? So Naz Reid, I'm feeling okay about. So we need some backup forwards, basically. So let's go see if there is some to go snag. So we got Obi Toppin, which I think he'd be pretty solid. So I'll bring in Obi Toppin. We can slide him to the 3, I feel like, if we needed to. Moses Moody, Justin Edwards. I would sign one or the other. So Edwards is going to be the guy. I think Obi Toppin we can't get anymore. So yeah, we can't get him anymore. Vanderbilt, former Timberwolves. Sure, why not? Even though I don't love his fit with this team, but I'll sign him anyway. And give me Keon Ellis because, you know, he's a stud. So we'll bring him in. And anybody else? Josh Hart, stud. Bring him in. All right. Regression. We do have no one regressing too much. So this is going to be basically kind of the similar what we just had. Edwards is to a 79, which is good. Josh Hart is down, which is not surprising. But all right. Year 4. Year 3 was not 3rd time's a charm. But year 4. Year 4. It's going to be the year. It has to be, right? Another really good 70-plus win season, but of course that did not matter last year. And yeah, so we do get Ja Morant and Edwards both on an All-NBA 2nd team. So I'm just excited to dive right in, man. Hopefully McDaniels is out for 1 to 2 weeks, but I think we should be able to survive a couple rounds without him, right? Hopefully anyway, as long as we can stay healthy. So round 1, we play the Utah Jazz, who have Stephon, Ace Bailey, Kareem Lopez, and Behringer, who has jumped up quite a bit. So Utah may have benefited off that trade. We gave up on him maybe a little too soon. We're up 1-0. We're up 2-0. And did we even look at the player stats? I don't think we did. So let's go look at that really quickly as well. So Edwards, 29, 26 from Morant, 21 from Randall, 13 from Naz Reid, and 10 from Nick Smith. We're up 2-0 on Utah right now. We're up 3-0, and we're chilling. So we beat them in 4. Hopefully McDaniels is close to returning, and he is back. Okay, fully healthy, man. That's all we want to see. Just stay fully healthy. Houston in round 1, which we beat this team pretty easily last year, but never want to just, write someone off. Kevin Durant's not here anymore, so it's a different team. But we are up 1-0. We're up 2-0. We're up 3-0, and we will sweep them. Okay. We got Atlanta, New York on the other side. Dallas. Let's see if we can't beat the Dallas Mavericks, which we've done already. Game 1 goes to us. Game 2 goes to us. Uh-oh, we might be... Oh, hold on. Don't let them even it up. 3-1. Beat them in 5. Yes, we're back. 4th time in the finals. But we get to play the Atlanta Hawks. So Atlanta... Of course, they're always pretty good. They got Darren Peterson and Trae Young in the backcourt. The good thing about what we have going on right now is we are fully healthy. So that's good. Game 1 goes to Atlanta. Game 2 goes to us. Game 3 goes to Atlanta. Game 4. Gotta tie this series, man. We gotta tie this series. Or we're just going to be an absolute shambles. Can we come out here and beat the Hawks to tie the series? And it goes to Atlanta. We're down 3-1. Just brutal stuff, man. All right. We gotta try to come back. Let's see if we can't do just that. 4 times in the finals and losing 4 in a row would be pretty absurd. I'm not gonna lie though. I think I did a Timberwolves rebuild. I don't remember when it was, but we lost 4 conference finals in a row or something like that to the Mavericks, which was just stupid. But, you know, it kind of, not that I understand it, but, you know, it makes sense according to, but we might lose here again. 4 finals, 4 losses. That's actually absurd. I don't think I can take it anymore. So we lose in 60 Atlanta Hawks. Absolutely brutal, dude. I cannot believe we got there 4 times in a row and did not win 1 time. Not even once. No, none. Not at all. I'm going to end it there, guys. Morant to Minnesota. What do you guys think? Can't take the heartbreak anymore. Just absolutely brutal stuff today. But sometimes it's just how it goes. All right. I'll see you on the next one. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace.